From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from Houston. Taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 3.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Plummer. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Second down now. It's Gibson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard.
Back to throw. Plummer. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Looking to throw. Plummer. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Plummer. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there. First down.
At the 44-yard line.
On first down, it's Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Bears.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line.
At the 27.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 28.
Off play action. Plummer rolling to his left. He can run for it, and he will. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. From the gun, Plummer. And down inside the 15 he goes. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Plummer. Throw left side complete. It's long. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Operating from the gun. Plummer into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 1-yard line.
At the line, prepping prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. He was covered by Denzel Ward.
2 seconds to go, first quarter. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
3, Texans 2.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 15. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
I
like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down, it's Gibson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Plummer. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game.
Makes the score Texans 9, Bears 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance for rest.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run with Patterson, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Yard on the play, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That goes for a gain of 31. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Bears 10, Texans 9.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. Decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Palmer. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. DeMarcus Lawrence drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Breaks through the contact. They'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over.
At their own
a 1st update now from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Patterson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Plummer being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Plummer. Third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete right around the 8.
The pass.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
At the 9-yard line.
As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
At the 24-yard line.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago.
Chicago.
DK DK Metcalf. 76 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Plummer. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw. Plummer. They'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Antonio Gibson. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down. Plummer. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
For the field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, It can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Well, this will be caught by Mooney. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Bears 27, Texans 12.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
46-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Up 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake. Plummer sliding out of the pocket. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Those passes intercepted for the 4th time. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Patterson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. The man is Komet, the tight end. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And he'll find Hall. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, Plummer. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. And Jackson picks it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he slings one that's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, that puts them in that position.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Antonio Gibson.
The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 25. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Chicago.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Under pressure, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40.
The 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's second and inches at the Texans' 30-yard line.
That's complete to Mooney. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Plummer. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, Plummer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
For number 85, incomplete. Greedy Williams on the coverage.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again, Plummer. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they will take a knee here.
Today's final score, Bears.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears,